A very pleasant good evening and welcome to TEC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports. We're at a windy Centerville High School for what is in fact the de facto TEC championship game. The winner here will take a one-game lead going into the final week of the season and technically could lose next week and get in a tie, but let's be realistic. That is a champion if I've ever saw one. I am Scott Beeman for joining us for wherever you are. All over the world. We are online and worldwide. And it is Hagerstown. At 5-1, head coach Scott Snodgrass in his 7th year at the school. They are on a 5-game winning streak, and they'll be visiting Centerville. They are also on a 5-game winning streak. Their first game was a loss to Delta, 4A Delta, 39-7. Hagerstown's only loss on the road at Shenandoah. And again, like I said, both teams at 4-0 in the conference. Northeastern at 2-2, Union County at 2-2. Can't catch them, so it's really just going to be if this wins the conference, barring a loss next week and a tie for the conference. But we'll all know who really won the conference. We got a couple of interviews. My boss Troy, Darren Gowski, did a couple of interviews both with Scott Snodgrass and Kyle Padgett. So we will get you those interviews after the break. It is the Farm Bureau Insurance pregame show sponsored by my good friend Kevin Shear. We'll be back in a minute. We'll have those interviews for you. It's TC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. It takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Coach, I know this is a busy week for you guys. We'll get to that in a moment. Go back to last week and talk about your defense and the way that you shut down Northeastern. I wasn't surprised by the win. I was, I guess, a little bit surprised by the shutout because they can put some points on the board.
Yeah, I was very impressed with our defense. I knew we had a good defensive game plan, but you always feel good about your game plan. And then when you go in and execute it like that, a tough runner like Cole Redder to 62 yards was just incredible. And our bend, don't break mentality worked. There's a couple times they drove into our territory. But for the most part, we were able to control, field position with our punting, and we had a few drives, and we kept our defense in good positions, and they did a great job of getting off the field and executing on third down. And I was just very impressed with the overall effort because we had a couple of injuries, and we had to put some guys in that hadn't got a lot of time in a very big game in a situation like that, and they came through. I was very impressed with them.
And a lot of that, let's be honest, if you're not preparing them for that, they're probably not going to respond very well.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, and we always make sure everybody's getting reps in practice, and we have a next man up mentality. It goes, with everything we do with our scouting reports and everything. So these kids are prepared, and most of them are just itching to get on the field and do anything they can do to help. And there was a couple of them that you just saw that big smile on their face when they got in and got to get a hit in a big game like that. And that's why you coach. When you have those moments. So it is a great team victory, and I was just very, very proud of how hard the boys played.
Your effort, I've seen you guys in practice and the effort that you guys put into that preparation. I got to go back to that again. And it's not just the guys that can make the contribution that come in. It's all of your team that makes that kind of contribution week by week.
Our scout team guys are incredible. We have a really good freshman class of football players, and for the most part, they're our scout teams, and they put a lot of time in. We actually have our own separate scout practice every day where they're running the other team's offense and defense, and the way that they were able to duplicate or replicate that offense that we faced last week, which was, out of the norm, was very impressive. They've done that a couple times this year. They did that against Shenandoah, which is another tough one, and once again, their effort, and they know they're not getting in there on Friday night, but they're just doing their part to get our guys ready. And I always let them know, that they were every bit a part of that victory. And I usually talk about them first. And they continue to impress me every week.
Coach, the idea that your players haven't been in a game like that type of a magnitude What does that say about your team? And we'll talk more about this week as it will be, ratcheted up a little bit. But what does that say about your team to step in there and win a big game like that?
Well, it's awesome. I actually was joking around. I think our coaches were definitely more nervous than the kids. And I said, guys, I think they're too dumb to know how big this is. And I love it. But I'm joking. They knew the magnitude. And what's crazy is, not having experience winning that much, you would expect them to feel a little of that, the weight of that and the anxiety of it. And I haven't seen that one bit. And they're just itching to get at the next one. And once again, this week, I think our coaching staff's a little more nervous than even these kids are. They're just ready to go play. These are the same kids played since third grade. They know everybody. They all have each other's phone numbers. And I think they're already talking about how excited they are for this game, and they just want to get out there and continue to get better.
It is homecoming week, and before we get to the X's and O's, how do you focus this week and to make sure everybody's on the same page? Because as you heard me talking to the other guys, there are distractions.
Oh, yeah, homecoming week. Love homecoming week with all the awesome distractions. Last year it was we played Northeastern on homecoming week, and it scared the crap out of me. And, the kids were able to stay focused, do a good job, and we're just going to try and stay the path. We do have a couple fun things planned for them that I want to make sure they do get to enjoy it. And I always let them know that homecoming week's not a success if we don't win the football game. So in the end, that's all that matters. But we do want to, enjoy the things that are going on throughout the week. I was even dressed up with them today and stuff like that. But sadly, it was Jersey Day, and I wore my old college football jersey, and it still fits. That's back when I weighed like 290, so I was getting worried about that. But, we're just doing everything we can to keep them loose and just let them enjoy the moment, because they haven't been able to be a part of anything like this. And our community is really enjoying the moment. And I don't want them to feel the weight or the pressure of that. I just want them to have fun. That's what the game's all about.
Hagerstown, how do you explain what they do? I mean, they do so many things. Hicks and Golliher and what their defense is able to do. It's just a really, really good football team.
They're just very well coached. They're great athletes. They're in great conditioning shape. They're a type of program, type of players you want your kids to be like. And I'm just very impressed with, you could tell their preparation, everything's right up that same alley. And every time we watch film and we think we got all their plays down, there's another wrinkle they do offensively. And I'm just impressed with what their kids can handle for everything that they do. And they're just a very well coached and very sound team. And so for us to, keep up with them this Friday, we're going to have to, like that and do the exact same thing.
I asked Nico about taking anything away, whether it's Golliher or whether it's Hicks or whoever else might be in their offense. Do you take that mentality going in, or do you just say, listen, as Nico said, let's play assignment football, and don't worry about taking stuff away. Let's just play our game.
Yeah. Well, I can't give you the whole game plan. Okay. But I can tell you, you can't completely take everything away with Oliver, Hicks, and Golliher. You can go out there and decide and say, all right, we're going to make Hicks get the carries tonight. Or you could say, all right, we're going to make, Golliher keep it and go. Or then they're going to dump it off to Oliver. And not to mention their O-line's very good at everything that they do. And they swim out there and those other kids. So they got so many playmakers that if you pick your poison, you're going to get bit either way. So it kind of goes back to what Nico said, where we're just going to really have to go out there, play discipline assignment football, know that we're going to bend a little bit and just try not to break too mumuch.
Well, then let's go to the other side of the football, and what do you see in their defense? Because they got another Golliher over on that side, and just from what I can see, a defense that really swarms to the football really well, and they can play physical up front.
They remind me a lot of our defense, and how they play. They're very disciplined, great technique. They're fast and they're physical, and they do swarm. And going to get an offense like ours, it's probably what they love. Because if you spread them out, they could be in a tough situation. That's not who we are. So it's going to be a ground and pound type game. And we're just going to have to fight and claw for those 2, 3, 4 yard gains and just keep milking those first downs and milking the clock and, see how it comes out. But Golliher at the linebacker position, I told Cody, I said, he reminds me a lot of you, and I'd hate to go against you. So he's just good. If he gets a read, he's down the hill faster than you can even blink. So it's going to be tough for us, but I do think our kids are going to be up for the task, and we just got to make sure that we have our assignments down, playing hard, use our technique, and hopefully we can come out with a win.
What do you think this comes down to when that final gun goes off and you look at, I guess, the normal stuff, who makes the fewest mistakes and who executes the best, right?
Yeah, I honestly think special teams are going to be very big in it with the way they do their onside kicks and stuff. We got pretty solid special teams as well. Both of us are you could tell that we really spend a lot of time on special teams. So I think that's going to play majorly into the game. And then it's going to be whoever can make the least amount of mistakes and keep their offense on the field, I think, because both defenses are defenses in the area. So it's going to be interesting to see which one bends, which one breaks.
I've got to ask you one last thing. It's just coaching can be consuming. And thinking about it all the time, how do you relax a little bit this week? And because I'm sure the players will look at you, and you said that before. I mean, they're going to react off of you, and you want to be relaxed. How do you get into the game and know that they can look at you in a calm nature?
Well, I have to distract myself. And I told my wife, I said, when I get home, rent a movie. Don't let me get right to the computer or something. I said, give me chores, do something. And that's some of the stuff we got going with the kids. And it's not, nervousness or anything. It's just a game like this. For me, my first time in the area, getting the second year for the conference championship, it's a lot of fun. And I'm so excited for the community that I don't want to fail them. And so we got to find ways to just get out there and, enjoy yourself a little bit, enjoy the moment. Actually, I was talking to Coach Ross from Northeastern. He works out in our weight room, and he told me, he said, just promise me that Friday night you'll take a second and look around out there and soak it all in and realize how much fun you're having. Because, and in the end, that's what it's all about. And I think it's two great teams, two great programs, two great coaching staffs going out, and it's going to be a fun game Friday night.
That was Centerville head coach Kyle Padgett with my boss, Troy Darengowski, and he also had a chance to catch up with Scott Snodgrass of Hagerstown. Let's bring you that right now.
Hey, Coach, before we talk about this week, you guys rolled again last week, and a really solid win for you guys, and you just played some good football.
Yes, sir. I think our guys played really well. I think Cameron Pertha had a fantastic game. He had 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. I think he 7 or 8 tackles and 2 sacks. I mean, he was all over the field. He had about the best senior night, I think, a senior. And I felt like Owen did a great job, and Mason ran well, and offensive and defensive lines played pretty well. Tri has some big kids and physical kids, and they fought, and they're fighters, and the coach is doing a great job with them. Once they get things figured out, they're going to be really tough. So I'm not looking forward to playing them down the road. But I do think that. I think that we just kind of played well. Things were clicking, and we fumbled the ball right off the bat going down the field, and that could have gotten the kids down, and we just reloaded and went on to the next play, and I was really proud of how they reacted to that.
When you mentioned Pertha and his emotions last week when I talked to him about senior night, and you could just tell that passion he had. He doesn't want this thing to end.
Oh, yeah. And I tell you, he's quite possibly one of the smartest kids I've ever coached. He understands everything about everything that everyone's doing. If he were 6'5", he'd be a great quarterback, and but he's tough and he's physical and he plays much bigger than his body is, and he could probably run the whole defense by himself. If a coach gets sick or something, they're like, just have Pertha run it, So he's the real deal. We're going to miss him greatly, and I don't want to lose him, so we're going to try to keep this thing going as long as we can.
Well, Coach, this week, and we kind of saw this, and I was alluding to it maybe a couple of weeks ago. If everything went according to plan, you have a show this week is about as big as any in the state.
Yeah, it's a big showdown. I mean, Centerville's a 2A school, and they're playing well. We watched them all summer, and we talked about them all summer. Coach Padgett's getting their mentality, in the right direction, and trying to build a culture there of winning again, and that's good. And really, it's been good for us because it gave us a chance to really talk about our culture too, and the culture that's been here for a long time, and how culture holds each other accountable, and culture sticks together, and culture has high expectations for everybody, and he's trying to develop that, and I think he's doing a good job, and I think they're buying in. Their school seems to be buying in, community seems to be buying in, and so it's going to be a lot of fun and environment. It'll give us a chance to play a big game where it's going to be loud, and we'll have to signal in calls rather than yell them in. And, we're just kind of trying to cover all our bases, make sure we don't get surprised by anything. But you never know what they're going to do. They might come out and do something else. And so we just got to be fundamental. And really, that's what we're focusing on this week, just getting better at fundamentals. And if we're one step better than we were last week, whatever the outcome of the game, I'll feel good about it.
They do run the ball extremely well. Talk about that running attack, and when you see it on film and you see it in person, it is kind of daunting because they can really run the football, and they got those big guys up front.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like the first play they'll get stuffed, and the next play they bust a long run, and they've had a lot of I guess I should say they their own luck in a lot of situations, pick sixes and, kick returns for touchdowns and busting big runs by just getting the edge. And their linemen block hard, and they're physical kids. They know what they're doing. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be physical on both sides of the ball. And, Owen said it best this week. When we after we beat Tri, I got a text at about 11 o'clock at night that said, "Coach, this is the physical game we've been waiting for. So let's go get good after it this week." And I think that's the attitude they've brought into practice this week.
I think maybe when I look at them, I'm a little bit surprised how good their defense has been this year. What do you see in that defense?
Well, they fly to the football, and they've got a little more speed back there than they've had. And they tackle well, they tackle low, and they come up and hit. They're more physical than they were last year, but last year I felt like they were physical. And they're faster and understand their assignments well. I mean, clearly they're studying. And so it's going to be a challenge as calling plays, to try to figure out what'll work for us. And back to the offensive side of the ball, I think something we haven't seen yet is their quarterback. I think the kid can throw the ball. I watched him in middle school throwing the ball. He's got a great arm, and so that is always something that we need to be prepared for as well. So on top of the run game, he's a good kid too. He's a good athlete, and so we have to make sure we keep an eye on him and contain him. And just got to have a good game plan. We'll put our plan together. They put theirs together, and we'll see, see who can adjust and make it work. I think we have to focus on hanging on to the football and winning the turnover battle. I think special teams are really big this week, and we've been spending a lot of time focusing on those details. And so it's just going to be. I think the game's won Monday through Thursday anyway. So Friday, we'll just line it up and see how it works out. It
seems like to me, and just watching you guys today and talking to a couple of the kids, there's no rah-rah stuff. Let's go out and get the job done, right? Yeah, we're trying to stay focused on 1 week at a time. And last week they were wanting a couple kids were wanting to talk a little bit about Centerville, but they quickly just held each other accountable and said, what are we doing? We got a game this week. It doesn't matter what happens if we don't win this week. And so they're focusing really well on Centerville now. They got together and watched film a couple of times on their own, at other kids' houses and stuff. And I just think that they're focused. We needed a game like this because it'll get us focused. It's good leading in, getting closer to tournament time that we have a big environment to play in. I know whenever we go to Centerville, it's loud. And so we have, we've got to take care of our plans for that. And their fans are going crazy. And I guess now we're taking a fan bus, so it ought to be interesting too. And it'll be fun. It'll be a good little rivalry there. And I'm excited to see how it works out.
That was Hagerstown coach Scott Snodgrass with my boss, Troy Darengowski. Coin flip getting ready to happen here at center field. Tell you what's going on around the TEC tonight. Last week, of course, Centerville beat Northeastern 14-0. You heard Kyle Padgett talk about that. Hagerstown beat Tri 48-12. That sets up this showdown. But what really set up the showdown was winning one of the bigger upsets we've seen around here in quite a while. Lincoln, who was on a 9-game losing streak, beating Union County on the road 12-8, and that made this one the de facto conference championship game. Where the winner is going to take the 1-game lead going into the final week of the season. So we'll do the best we can here tonight. I'm a little short-handed. Don't have a camera guy. I'm going to do the camera myself. We are out in the stands tonight, so if you know somebody's at the game, want to come say hi, we're out here in the stands. It is a small press box. We want to make sure that the coaches have plenty of room to get what they need to get done. So we're going to be out here in the elements, and with some may or may not be some nice fans in front of us. We'll find out later on with the crowd mic right over their heads. So Hagerstown with the white jerseys, purple pants, yellow helmets. And Centerville with the blue jersey, blue helmets, black pants. So we're about ready to go here, and I'm going to do the very best I can here. We're doing a couple of double duties here, producer and play-by-play, and censorship potentially from the nice folks in front of me. We're gonna keep that crowd mic down a little bit. So Hagerstown from left to right. Also, it's worth mentioning the speaker from the music is about 5 feet to my right. We will do the very best we can to talk over it. But you're going to get a first ear look at what it's like to go to a football game at Centerville. And they've had good crowds here this year. We've been here. This is the third time we've been here, in fact. We were here early in the year for Tri, and then later on for Union City, and then, of course, tonight here for Hagerstown. So Dante Torres ready to kick it off. Going from right to left. If you want to get in contact with us Scott on the air. Might need somebody to do that for me, too. And we're about ready to go. Torres. And we are underway. There's a little pooch kick. Short. And tackled immediately at roughly the 30-yard line. So that's where Hagerstown will take over. I can zoom in a little bit for you there. My first flaw, I've dropped my pencil. I'm high up in the bleachers, so lucky that didn't go all the way to the ground. All right, here we go. Owen Gallier, the senior, feels like he's been in Hagerstown for about 9 years. I think he's been the starting quarterback since the 7th grade. In motion is Oliver. He'll keep it himself. More about Gallier here in a second as he gets around the left side. Still going down the sidelines. Finally gets pushed out of bounds. See where they mark it. Bounds. You got about, we'll give him 15 on that for Owen Gallier. With my sure to be wrong statistics. Gallier is passed for 870 yards. He's rushed for another 458. 1,200 yards total offense for Gallier. But the rushing offense is pretty negligible. Centerville's three-headed monster of Pritchett, Van Devender, and Cody Witham is gone for just about the same amount here. Here's Mason Hicks off left side on the pitch, spins away from 1, gets 9. Those three have, and I'm doing the math in my head here, have rushed for around 1,200 yards, whereas Hagerstown, Gallier, and Hicks have combined for about 1,200 yards. The difference is in the passing game, where Gallier's thrown for 870 and Dylan Benedict's thrown for 300. On a nice night like this, it is a little windy, but it's not terribly cold. Could be the difference in the game. Defenses are pretty negligible as well so far. Shotgun, fake pitch. Here comes Gallier. He'll press it ahead for about 6, maybe 7. First and 10 now at the 39 of Centerville's Hagerstown with his first drive. Moving on the front of Centerville's line. Pitch out here. It's Hicks. He cuts back in the inside. Cuts back again. Now he's got to remove some blockers. He might get the sideline. He does. Wrestled out of bounds after a run of about. Give him 21. We'll give him 18. Basically a broken play. Gallier turned the wrong way, had to pitch it. That was a little short, and it kind of gave him the angle he needed. And Centerville's defense on the ropes. First and 10, Hagerstown on the 21. Maybe the 22. Gallier in shotgun. He'll pitch to Hicks. He's going to be the lead blocker. Hicks will lower his shoulder and run for almost a first down. We'll see if they spot it. Right at 10 yards. They're going to probably have to measure this, it looks like. We're going to see what they do. They're going to call it 2nd and 1. Call it 9. Gallier, pitch. It's Jalen Oliver looking for the corner. Not going to outrun Peyton Hobson. He'll get enough for the first down, but not enough to get in the end zone. First and goal at the 8. Picked up 3. This time it's Oliver. He's going to stacked up. Maybe no gain. Nico Wankerl. Peyton Hobson with the tackles. He'll pick up a yard. Second and 6 on the 8 here for the Tigers. Collier will keep it this time after the fake to Hicks, and he'll rumble through. Touchdown, Hagerstown. Well, that didn't take long. Owen Collier with the 8-yard plunge, 6-yard plunge, in fact, for the touchdown. And just like that, 6-0 Hagerstown. Before last week, depending on how much you believe the Sagarin ratings, Hagerstown is roughly an 11 to 12 point favorite over Centerville after Centerville beats Northeastern. Kick is up, and just like my driver, Schenk to the right. After the win against Northeastern for Centerville, it became a 4-point spread, roughly, for Hagerstown. Give home field advantage to Centerville, and it's basically a pick'em game. Extra points no good. Hagerstown now with a 6-0 lead. We've got 9:17 to go. So Hagerstown now will kick it off, and if I know anything about Hagerstown, we're going to have about 9 kickers here, all of which over about 200 pounds. I could be back deep to receive this kick. It's probably not going to matter. You hear the fans in the background here as I'm So about ready to go as we're finally getting the teams back out. And it's the 3-headed monster. It's going to be a ground ball somewhere. This is an onside that is fielded very cleanly. He's still on his feet, though. For Centerville I didn't get a number there. We'll get a number as soon as we can. That is Dylan Benedict, the quarterback. As he was that's still a kickoff, and Hagerstown does it every time. So he can return it, and most of the time they just drop to a knee. Benedict this time tried to run it. And Centerville will take over with pretty good field position, I'd say, at the Hagerstown 44. Benedict, the junior, 13 of 41 on the season, 300 yards. He's got a QB rating of 61. I don't know how much that really matters at the high school level, but Gollier's got a 92. So if they're at least apples and apples, then Gollier, and the most experienced too, quarterback. Pitch. This is going to be a throw, and he's wide open. Little halfback pitch. So that was Guy Rednauer on the halfback pass for, it's all the way down to the 14, and if you put a little oomph on it, it's a touchdown. It was caught eventually by Peyton Van Winkle. The yardage on that as soon as I can here. About 30 yards. Pritchett can't find any place to go and gets stood up. We'll see how much they mark it with, and I'll remember that I'm also in charge of camera. No gain there for Pritchett. $30 yards officially. Mostly officially. Wishbone now. This Van Devender cuts inside. He'll get taken down pretty quick. No gain again. Actually gave Pritchett a yard. The sticks on the far side were a little late. Van Devender gets a yard there. The team statistics for both these teams are virtually identical in terms of how many they score versus how many they give up. This one's up the middle. It's with him. He'll plow forward for about 3 and a fourth and about 4. And here comes Dante Torres. So not exactly what you had in mind after the big play to start it out, the halfback pass from Guy Redenauer to Peyton Van Winkle. So Dante Torres in for the field goal. And he's legit, folks. There's not very many, especially at the smaller schools. They have real kickers. Dante Torres is that. Snap is there. Down, kick is up. And it is good. It's a field goal for Centerville, and they get 3 back. So Centerville answers back with 3 of their own. 6:57 to go on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. 6-3 Hagerstown. It's TEC Football and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Back at Centerville High School, 6-3 Hagerstown on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. What amounts to a 20-yard field goal, give or take, for Dante Torres. After the touchdown and the missed extra point by Hagerstown, it is 6-3 Tigers. I am surrounded by former teammates where our pregame sponsor was Kevin Shearer of Farm Bureau Insurance, and now I'm getting static from another former teammate, Billy Shook, who is right. I need to move the camera. And that one rolls all the way into the end zone as a touchback. He's called me sir on Twitter, which is almost certainly more than I deserve. So about 7 minutes to go, 6:57 to be exact. And Hagerstown with his second possession. And honestly, for the vaunted defenses you have here in this game, 2 scoring drives to start it out was a little unlikely. First and 10 for Hagerstown on the 20. We are out in the stands here tonight here at Centerville, and it is a little bit windy, so I'm trying desperately to keep things down. This is Mason Hicks off the right side. He picks up a good 16 for Hicks. 17 give him. And Mason Hicks starting out well. 53 on 4 carries so far. Gallier fakes the pitch, goes up the middle, he's going to get stacked up. He'll pick up a yard maybe. We'll get a timeout, maybe? No, official's timeout. We got an untied shoe. And I got to be honest with you, I've coached a lot of youth. I've had to see people get their shoe tied, never once at a high school game. But it's worth mentioning, 21, that is Peyton Hobson, is wearing gloves. Have you ever tried to tie a shoe with gloves on? So I actually don't blame him. That's teamwork. Yes, that's exactly right. Teamwork. I coach 8-year-old soccer. I have to do it all the time. 2nd and 10. Player keeps it on the option. Can't find anywhere to go and gets swallowed up here by a host of blue jerseys. Nico Wankerl is one that's in there. And Gallier maybe picked up a yard. Still none. So he didn't get any the first time. He didn't get any the second time. So 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers. And a perfect night for football. As opposed to last week, which we had a water break halfway through the first quarter. Timeout Hagerstown. Timeout Hagerstown. We'll take one as well. It's TEC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports. 6-3 Hagerstown, 5:15 to go on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Back after the timeout, Gallier looking to throw, steps in the pocket. That's coming up short, it's picked off. Picked off by Mason Peed. And Owen Gallier stood in the pocket tough and kind of got short-armed on that one. They warned me about the cowbell. There it is, and well-deserved on the interception by Mason Peed. So the first pass attempt for Gallier, and it's an interception. And Centerville now with the momentum. First and 10 now on the 40. On the 40. That's Van Deventer up the middle. Picks up 4. We are 4:45 to go in the first quarter. I've already put on my second layer. It is not that cold, but the wind is an issue. 2nd and 7. Handoff to Chris Pritchett. Picks up none there for Pritchett. Like I said, we were in the stands, and we have an awful lot of people around me. Looking to throw. And sacked from behind is Dylan Benedict. Good rush pressure for Hagerstown. It's going to be a loss of about 5. And here comes Dante Torres to punt it away. So no harm, no foul here for Hagerstown. They're going to lose some field position, but they don't lose any points on the pick. Defense stands up tough. Fourth and 11. Here comes the short hop, and it's Torres on a line drive that'll take a bounce and roll all the way down to the 2-yard line. Nice punt there for Torres and good coverage by the Bulldogs. So 3:11 to go. After the punt, Hagerstown takes over again, but they're deep in their own territory, in the shadow of their own. I am absolutely intruding on the fans here, so I am not angry at all. It's all right, guys. So shotgun here for Gallier, who's standing in his own end zone. He'll keep it himself, try to run up the middle, and runs right into Nico Wankerl for no gain. If Gallier decided, I'm going to run right into number 9, he could have done it any better than he did right there. 3:04 and counting here. You can hear the student section off to the right there. Bulldog defense is the chant. Ten seconds on the play clock. 5 seconds now. Shotgun in his own end zone is Gallier. Fakes the pitch. Looks for his own room. Gets it out to the 10. Picks up about 6 on the play, maybe 7. And a little breathing room for the Tigers. Third and now 5. Ten seconds on the play clock. Now 5. Gallier pitches out to Hicks. Hicks looking for room. Almost fumbled it, keeps it himself, and is going to get enough for the first down. Out to the 10. Let's see, he gets about 12, Hicks does. I have 65 yards on 5 carries and statistics that are sure to be wrong. First and 10 now. Gallier will keep it. Cuts to the inside. Gets taken down. Picked up 8. Well, the Centerville student section doing what can only be described as a European soccer chant. So they got football right. It's the wrong kind of football. 2nd and 1. Got 9 on that play. This is Hicks, who will spin his way probably for the first down. Pretty close to it if he didn't get it. He needed 1. He got 1. It's pretty close. And he did it. 11 yards of carry for Mason Hicks. That one got about 9 inches, which is about all he needed. There is a Pee Wee football game going on the sidelines right now, and as you can see, if the camera gets around, they've just gotten in trouble. They're all doing push-ups. Gallier tried the fake pitch, didn't go anywhere, lost 4. They've tried that fake pitch a number of times, and I haven't seen that from them yet, so that's certainly something they put in for this game, trying to maybe keep Centerville off balance. He lost 2 on that play. Brings up a 2nd and 12. Under 30 seconds to go. In fact, 20 seconds to go in the quarter. That might not. They're going to have to run at least one more play. It's pretty close. Second and 12. Jalen Oliver in motion. It's Hicks. He'll dive his way forward back to the original line of scrimmage. Picks up 3. That'll do it for the first quarter. It is the end of the first quarter here in Centerville. Hagerstown leads at 6-3 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Second quarter upcoming is TEC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
My apologies there. My computer just got a notification in the middle of that commercial. So we apologize to Van Vliet Insurance. We'll just play that again later on. Brand new computer. Haven't turned off all the notifications yet. Not your problem, my problem for sure. Second quarter here in Centerville, 6-3 Hagerstown. They're trying to dig their way out of a deep hole after the Centerville punt that was down to the 2-yard line. We have a 3rd and 9 now for the Tigers, who have managed to claw their way back out to about the 36-yard line. In motions Oliver. Collier looking to throw. Stands in. Has a man. It's Oliver. He's got to find the ball. It's almost picked off again. Should have been picked off again. Peyton Hobson had that ball go right through his hands as Collier just kind of threw it out for grabs. It was so high up in the air that Oliver turned his body 3 or 4 times trying to find it. So that'll bring up a 4th and 9. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say Hobson would certainly say he's got to catch that and film tomorrow. Punting units out for Hagerstown. It's Cody Swim getting ready to punt it away. Back to receive it is Peyton Van Winkle and Ryan Dickinson. Snap is good. The punt is not great. We'll roll out of bounds at the 35. So a net 10, 20, almost 30-yard punt. Line drive, gets a good roll. Centerville take over. First and 10 now on the right at the 35-yard line for Centerville. Benedict's wrapped up. No, he's not. Squirms forward and takes what should have been a sack and makes it a 6-yard gain. So good job, Dylan Benedict. Picks up 6. Second and 5. Should I second and 4, perhaps? Looks like 4 it is for. Second and 4 for Centerville. Pritchett up the middle. Gets dragged back. Gets right to the first down marker. We'll see where they give him forward progress. It's right on the marker. And they're going to call it a first down. I can count on one hand so far after this being the year 6 game, actually, how many times they brought chains out to measure. These TEC officials, they just have eagle eyes, apparently. I've asked Brian Ray about that. Maybe he's listening somewhere. Help me out with that. It's like they get charged every time they bring the chains out. 4-yard carry there for Hobson, or for Pritchett. Benedict looking to throw. In the pocket, collapsing. He's going to get sacked again. Just no place for him to go. We'll see where they mark it. It's a loss of 5. Bring up a 2nd and 15 for the Bulldogs. I dare not jinx it, but I have not seen any yellow. Have you? I dare not jinx it. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I shouldn't have even said that. That means there's almost certainly going to be a flag on this play. And he shotguns Benedict. Inside is Pritchett, and he'll gain maybe a yard. Brings up a 3rd and 14. Third and 14. "13 seconds on the play clock. 9:23 and counting. They're throwing pizza coupons at me. Bennett looking to throw, stands in the pocket. That is picked off, should have been picked off. Wow. Ryan Gallier, the junior from Hagerstown, he had a chance to catch that 3 times and just couldn't do it. But generally speaking, the guy with the neck protector on the back can't catch, and that's how it works. And still, it's a 4th and 14, and here comes the punting unit. You know what they say, if he could catch, he'd be playing tight end. And apparently he can't, so he's not. He's an excellent linebacker, though. One of the best in the TEC, that's for sure. Torres now with the rugby-style punt, and that is a good one. He's going to back Jalen Oliver back. He's going to shake one tackle. If he can shake another, he's got something to do, and he can't and won't. And they get stacked up at the 22. Once again, I'll say for the 3rd time I've been here, kudos to the Centerville band for playing Game of Thrones theme. I think that's pretty cool. (6-3) Hagerstown, 8:58 to go. Each team scored on their first possession. Not much sense. 1 turnover for Hagerstown, an interception. Should have been a couple more. Peyton Hobson had a chance. Ryan Gallier had a chance. This time it's Owen Gallier. He'll find Jalen Oliver for his first completion. And Oliver splits the defense and gains 8, maybe 7. His first completion, he's now 1 for 2 with a pick and a 7-yard completion. Jalen Oliver, the leading receiver here for Hagerstown. .235 yards receiving, which is a big number for high school, especially in TEC, which is full of running quarterbacks. 2nd and 3. Pitch there for Gallier, and he's got some room. Straight at the middle into the secondary. He gets stood up. Picked up about 12. Give him 12. He's got 52 yards on 10 carries. Drew Van Winkle with the stop, sophomore. 1st and 10 now for the Tigers on their own 43 and a half. Shotgun, Gallier, screen pass, almost got picked off. That's Mason Hicks, who does an excellent job of getting back to the line of scrimmage. It's a 0-yard pass. And honestly, it should have been -2 or 3. Mason Hicks does a fantastic job just getting back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, they might even give him a yard. In fact, they're going to give him a yard. That's a very generous spot. I'm not entirely sure he made it to the line of scrimmage, but they'll give it to him anyway. Second and 9 now for the Tigers. Guy looking to throw, getting plenty of time, finds his man. It's swim, lots of room. He gets a block. It's going to be a flag, and there's the flag. And Clay Cochran, the junior, just deleted that play. It's a block in the back. It's a pretty obvious one, too. It was going to be a gain of about 14 on the play. And that block in the back is going to push it backwards. A nice throw and catch there. Shouldn't be ignored from Gallier and Swim. That'll get taken back 10 yards. So instead of a 1st and 10, it'll be repeat 2nd down. So they're going to take the penalty, and now instead of it being 2nd and 9, it's 2nd. So it's a net gain of about 4 yards for Hagerstown. Not sure how that's scored necessarily. Somebody's got to get the 4 yards. Gallier steps up, finds his man. It's Oliver, the one-handed catch. He's got room. Cuts inside. Makes one man miss. Finally brought down. That was roughly a 25-yard play. $25-yard pass to Jalen Oliver, roughly. Gallier looking to throw. It's a screen pass. Finds his man Hicks off the right side. Finally gets brought down. Probably good enough for the first down. We'll see what the spot is. And it is inside the 15 to the 14. 10 yards for Hicks. This is Gallier, left side. Guy Rednauer the tackle. Gain of a couple there for Gallier. Again, I apologize, folks. I had the person running my camera could not make it here tonight, and I did not have time to find a replacement. So I'm actually running the camera myself, which means I'm wearing about 5 hats. That is not your problem. That is my problem. But I will do the very best I can to make the broadcast the way it should be, up to my oh-so-lofty standards. 5:23 to go here in the second quarter. And we'll get a timeout, Hagerstown. It's timeout, Hagerstown. They're second. We'll take a break as well. It is TEC football on Radio Troy Digital Sports. 6-3 Hagerstown, 5:11 to go on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Back at Centerville High School, 5:11 to go here in the first half. And the Tigers lead this one 6-3 over the Bulldogs of Centerville. Hagerstown threatening, though, down to the 12-yard line. And they're throwing stuff out. Into the stands. Gallier in shotgun. Oliver in motion.
Hey, Dad. Dad.
And we're getting first flag, second flag, sorry. False start on Hagerstown. They're moving back 5 yards. So instead of being on the 12, they'll be on the 17. So second now and 14. We've got second and 12 on the scoreboard. I don't think that's right. Second and 14, it looks like. In motion is Oliver. Roll Gallier looking to throw into the corner. Has his man, Oliver. Incomplete. It was close. Some white jerseys started celebrating a little premature, as it turns out. Brings up third down. Don't forget halftime coming up, sponsored by Square Donuts of Richmond. We'll try to give you these stats, sure to be wrong. Scores from around the area. We've got the Commissioner's Corner. My HSA Commissioner, Bobby Cox. And we'll get a timeout Hagerstown again. Last timeout for Hagerstown. Scott Snodgrass wants to talk about it. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, 6-3 Hagerstown, 4:56 to go here in the half. It's TC Football on Radio Troy, Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Back at Centerville High School, 4:56 to go in the first half. 6-3. The visitors from Hagerstown lead this one. Got a quick second. I'll check Brian Ray, 3 minutes. I just mentioned there wasn't a yellow flag, so he got a block in the back and a couple of false starts. Yeah, you're right, Brian. Screwed that one up. Geyer keeps this one straight up the middle. Might have gotten a couple yards. Fourth down. Might have gotten 2. We'll give him 2. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 10 from the 15. Bit of a turning point here. Feels like it's a big play. 6-3, Hagerstown. Gallier in the shotgun, looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Can't find anybody. Tries to spin away. Can't get it done. Sacks. Back to the 25, and the Centerville defense stands up strong. And we'll get the ball back to their offense with 4:09 to go. So Centerville takes over with plenty of time to get something done. They've got all their timeouts left. Hagerstown has none. Flag here, almost certainly. Nope, they were on sides. See who that ball carrier was. Cody Witham, his first carry. Actually, second carry. Picked up 2. Second and 8 for the Bulldog. Blitz coming. Pitch. It's Van Devender. Won't find much. He'll gain some. Won't find much. Couple, maybe 3 for Van Devender. Brings up a 3rd and 5. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Billy Shook busting my chops for missing the block in the back. I didn't miss it. I saw it nice and clear. I missed it on the camera, which is my fault. I deserve the razzing I'm getting. Benedict in shotgun, 3rd and 5. Looks to take it himself and gets dragged down. He's going to lose a bunch. Back to the original line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 5. Dylan Benedict has been tackled with the ball 4 times tonight. He's lost yardage on 3 of them. In fact, he lost 6 there. Brings up a 4th down. Here comes Dante Torres. And now Hagerstown now with a chance, with no timeouts, mind you, to make something happen here right before halftime. Back to receive is Jalen Oliver.
Finally back.
This one is a wobbler. It's going to land at right about the 50-yard line and bounce back and be down at roughly around the 48. Basically, Dante Torres did to a football what I've always wanted to do to a golf ball. I can't. He can. Minute 58 to go. And Hagerstown with about 52 yards to go. In a minute 58, no timeouts. First and 10, Gallier in the shotgun. I'll fix the camera. He'll roll to his right, looking to throw. Finds his man, it's Swim. He cuts inside, picks up a good 16, perhaps. On the 48, they're going to spot it. 10, we're going to give him 15 on that for Cody Swim. Clock is running. Gallier rolling right. Looking to throw. He'll go deep and overthrow everybody. Intended target was Cameron Pertha. Stops the clock with 1:38 to go. Second and 10 now for Hagerstown. They're using up all of the play clocks. 5 seconds on the play clock. Gallier looking to throw. Has time. Now rolling. Being chased out of the pocket. Finds his man. Flag on the play. It's Clay Cochran with the catch. We'll see what the flag's about. 2 of them, in fact. One on the near side, one on the far side. And yes, I'm fully aware that I said there was no flags. Now we've got a bunch. I'm aware of my role in this. So as the men in stripes, we're going to hit to the head there on Hagerstown. We'll see what this other flag is, unless they're calling the same thing. Illegal hands to the head. So it looks like both flags are the same thing. Or they picked up one. Or they're going to march it back 5 yards. Repeat the second down, so 2nd and 15. Gallier in the shotgun. Clock running again, under a minute 30. Gallier looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Can't shake loose. He's going to get sacked by Nico Wankerl. Lost a good 8 or 9 there for Gallier, and I got to figure they're going to run the clock out here, and maybe Centerville takes a timeout. With a 3rd and long. They're not. Clock's still running. Awfully windy here tonight, so the normal passing game of Hagerstown, not quite what it usually is. 3rd and a lot. Slant. Jalen Oliver. Put against a lot of folks. He's going to get back to near the original line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up, it was 24 to go. He picked up about 13. Fourth now and 12 for Hagerstown. 12 seconds to go. This will be the last play of the half, or at least the last meaningful play, but incomplete. I'll stop the clock with 7 seconds, but there's a flag. see what the flag's about. Highly unlikely that it's going to be enough to pass interference. That'll be 10 yards, won't be enough for a first down. Oh, yeah. So 7 seconds to go in the quarter, and that's enough for a first down. Is that 15? 15 yards. Thought it was 10. 15, my bad. So it's enough for a first down. So first and probably one play left with no timeouts for Hagerstown. Collier looking to throw. On the outside is Swim. He's going to try to get out of bounds, and he doesn't in time. That's the end of the half. 6-3 Hagerstown at the half. We'll come back after this break with a stats, scores, and more. It's TEC football on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. In, takeout or delivery, Big Boys Pizza, 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 990-2353 for more information.
It's summertime, the kids are home, and traffic on your carpet is pretty heavy. Let Georgia Direct install stain-proof, waterproof carpet that's easy to take care of and gives your home a fresh new look. Georgia Direct has great-looking carpet, colorful tile, beautiful hardwood flooring, and more. And for the kitchen, the Georgia Direct showroom features lots of new cabinets and design ideas. Georgia Direct in Richmond, National Road East, exit 156A, just off I-70, next to Red Lobster. For price, selection, experience, and service, it's Georgia Direct.
Not all insurance agents are the same. Choosing the right one can make a big difference in price, service, and value. That's why you should choose Harrington Hoke Insurance. As an independent agent, they don't work for an insurance company. They work for you, the client. And their job is to get to know you, your family, and your business so that they can help you develop an insurance plan that is just for you. Serving Richmond and all of Indiana since 1933, Harrington Hoke Insurance, we got this.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, Mancino'sofRichmond.com. New Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of this serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
The Purdue Polytechnic Institute in Richmond is part of a statewide network that offers the same technology degrees available in West Lafayette. The benefit of earning your degree at the Richmond location is that the campus is small enough to provide you with dedicated one-to-one attention while you earn your degree from Purdue University. Purdue Polytechnic of Richmond. Give them a call at 973-8228 or go to their website for more information at polytechnic.purdue.edu.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 659-935-8905.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and business of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power and Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power and Light. Together we make powerful partners.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Lovell, and this is our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. Commissioner, I know this week, as you have been doing, principals meetings around the state. This week you were down in the southern part of the state. Issues still out there. Everybody getting an update from you and what things are out there relative to them. I'm curious as to what's percolating out there around the state that has the attention of the principals and athletic directors in the IHSAA.
Well, Bob, you're correct. We made a southern swing down through Jennings County, North Vernon, and in Evansville this week. And we have an agenda that we share with our principals in each of the 8 meetings we conduct statewide. And there's some pretty significant issues that surround high school sports right now. And one that's been talked about a little bit in the media, and one that we're giving a lot of attention to, is the recruitment and retention of contest officials. You know, you're a coach and I was a coach, and, you know, we have our moments with coaches and officials in the past. But the reality of the day is we have got to do a better job of not only recruiting officials, which we are working hard on, but retaining them, putting them in positions where they can experience success, where they can learn the rules, and where they can adjudicate contests fairly for these young people that play them. Because at the end of the conversation, you got to have officials or you're not going to have a game. And I don't know that our listeners really understand just how critical that quotient is.
It is beyond a crisis, quite frankly. And you're seeing it manifest itself in youth sports. You guys are going to be next. There will be contests canceled because you don't have enough adequate officials to do it. And frankly, I would like to be optimistic. I know you are. I don't share that optimism that this is going to be something that can easily be taken care of.
Well, Bob, I'm realistic enough to be in your camp. I'm optimistic, but I'm also realistic. And until we have a cultural shift where we start treating officials with dignity and we start respecting our game and playing it for what it is, which it is a game, we're going to continue to struggle in this area. We allow things to occur in education-based contests that we would certainly not allow to be occur in our classroom. We allow language to be used in a contest that we'd fire a teacher for if they did the exact same thing. We look at the education-based athletic environment as an extension of that classroom. So why would it be any different? And I think we've got to get our mind wrapped around that piece first before we can get into recruitment, retainment, and the betterment of officiating.
Bobby Cox joining us. We're talking about all things IHSAA this Sunday at noon on great radio stations around the state and on the internet, the pairing show for the upcoming football state championship. Paul Condry and I will be live. You'll be joining us. It's a little change. Everything's going to be streamed. It's going to be radio and streamed. And then on the 17th of October on Fox Sports Indiana, a 1-hour recap setting the stage for the upcoming tournament. It's that time of year. I cannot believe that Sunday we're going to be pulling out. You're going to be pulling out ping pong balls and figuring out who's playing whom.
Yes, it's that time of year, and really excited about the changes we've made, Bob, with the internet shows for our pairings and the preview shows for football and basketball that are coming up later in the school year. This is the new wave of how these pairing shows are going to be done, and we've already done a couple of them, and I hope our patrons have watched those. And I've watched the soccer draw the other night, and had it on my iPad, and I'll tell you what, it was pretty slick what those guys can do now with graphics and how it's presented. Greg Rakestraw did a great job with our pairing show, and I like the direction we're going, and I think it's a better service to our friends. And
we'll try not to disappoint you. That's our goal on Sunday night. He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. Thanks so much, Commissioner. I'll see you Sunday for the pairing show.
Thank you, Bob.
Back at Centerville High School, halftime nearing its end, and as always, they run it all the way down to 0 and then add 3 more minutes. I don't know why they just had 3 more minutes in the first place, but that's what they do. Sure to be wrong statistics. I should get that copyrighted, like a logo or something like that. For Hagerstown, I've got Owen Gallier for 6 completions, 78 yards on the ground. He's rushed 13 times for 47 yards. Mason Hicks, 7 carries, 69 yards. Jalen Oliver, a couple of carries for 4. Hicks, 2 catches, 11 yards. Cody Swim to the catch for 15. Jalen Oliver, 3 catches for 45, including one-handed gem of a catch earlier. For Centerville, Dylan Benedict, yet to really attempt a pass of any consequence. The only one he did should have been intercepted. He was sacked 3 times. Guy Rednauer, however, did attempt a pass. It was a halfback pass. The first play from scrimmage for Centerville that led to the field goal. We'll get to the scoring here soon. But otherwise, offense for Centerville virtually non-existent. I have Dylan Benedict for negative 10 yards, a couple of sacks in there. Chris Pritchett, 4 carries, 6 yards. 3 carries, 8 yards for Reese Van Devender. Cody Witham, 2 carries, 6 yards. Peyton Van Winkle, that 1 catch for 30. And that's really it for Centerville. So Centerville's offense not nearly staying with Hagerstown in terms of yards, but in terms of points, they're doing just fine. 6-3. Hagerstown scored on a drive, 7-yard touchdown run from Owen Gallier to make it 6-0. They missed the extra point. And then, of course, after the halfback pass, they settled for a field goal, make it 6-3. I'm going to go to commercial because there's a large speaker to my right, which is drowning me out. So I'm going to go to commercial, come back when it's time for the kickoff. I want to thank our good friends at Square Donuts, sponsorship for the halftime show. I have no scores from the TEC at this point. We'll try to get those during the third quarter. It is TEC football on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
At Square Donuts, we take our donuts seriously. And apparently, so do our customers. Square Donuts is by far the #1 donut shop in Richmond. At Square Donuts, we bake our donuts, cinnamon rolls, long johns, and many other varieties fresh daily. Donuts became our family tradition and business in 1967, and we've continued through 3 generations. Square Donuts in Richmond has 2 locations, including 1241 Northwest 5th Street and 3637 East Main in the Hoppy Jeweler Plaza. Square Donuts of Richmond. We never cut corners and never will.
The dealership where I bought my car told me I needed new tires. So, of course, I stopped by Best One and asked Roger to take a look. They checked it out, and he told me not yet. He said I was good for at least another 10,000 miles. I've always gotten an honest opinion at Best One, and so will you.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark at Best One Tire and Service. We'll only sell you tires when you need new tires, and they'll be the right tires for your car or truck. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was an easy one. I went to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's and couldn't be happier with the service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked with me through the entire process. If you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West, or give them a call at 962-5665, or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
Back at Centerville High School, start of the third quarter here. As the dance club has finally been turned off. Short kick here is going to be caught quickly by Centerville, and somebody's got to explain that to me at some point. You got to do something different. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Hagerstown does this every single kickoff. If you've never seen Hagerstown play, this is their kickoff every single time. I have not yet seen them kick it long once this year, and I've seen them now twice. So, flag on the way. We think that Hagerstown has passed the line of scrimmage. And we'll get illegal procedure there on Hagerstown, and we'll see what the call is. Centerville will get even better field position. Right now, it's marked at the 50. And they're going to re-kick it. So re-kicking it, and we'll see what happens here. They're going to move him back. And given the fact that they on it every time, they should get even better field position than they had right now. If Hagerstown's got a long kick in the bag, we might see it here. Have you seen a long kick? No. He covers this is Dan. He covers every single Hagerstown game. He hasn't seen a long kick either. So I'm going to guess they just don't have that in the bag. And that's a top that got within 10 yards. They're counting it as that, but if that stays Hagerstown's ball, that's not a good call. That was touched before the 10 yards. And the official on this near side with his hat off is running in to tell him that he touched it before 10 yards. It's going to be illegal touching, and Centerville's going to take over on the 44 of Hagerstown. Another one, and Centerville's just going to take it this time. They're going to take it first down on their own, on the Hagerstown 45. If they made a kick it again, I'd say they're getting greedy. So first and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Hagerstown 45. Benedict rolls right. Can't go anywhere. He's going to lose another 5 or 6 yards. Losing 6 here is Benedict. Brings up a second and about 16 for the Bulldogs.
Hey, Mom, where can we go? We don't have a good place, like right here. Right here.
Benedict looking deep. Down the sidelines. Got a man. That's going to be excellent field. Actually, that is a good. The rule is. Now the rule is, the way I understand it, that if you're going to play the ball, you have to turn around and make a play for the ball. The way I saw it, the Hagerstown defender just put up two hands, not facing the ball, which is tantamount to face guarding in basketball. So that's going to get pushed forward. Now that was originally at the 49 of Centerville, and they're going to move that forward 15 on the pass interference. That is not an automatic first down. It ended up being 2nd and 1. So it ended up being a 15-yard net gain for the Bulldogs. This one's Benedict. Down the right side, breaks a couple tackles, picks up 10. And there's the speaker. So 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs as about a 10-yard gain for Benedict. Officials timeout here. We'll see what's going on there. We have a laser pointer. That is the announcement that there's a laser pointer somewhere. Somebody's shining a laser pointer somewhere. Not cool, man. Not cool. Bennett looking to throw. Overthrows his man, looking for Cody with him. Brings up a 2nd and 10. Mr. Shook once again busting my chops again. Well deserved. I'm fine getting the camera repositioned for the play. I'm not very good at following the play. Basically, I'm my father, who couldn't follow me when I was younger playing sports because he was too busy cheering. I'm too busy doing play-by-play, and I can't follow the game with my camera. Guilty as charged. This one's to Pritchett. On the handoff, he'll pick up a couple. Brings up a 3rd and 8. Chris Pritchett got him for 5 carries for 8 yards coming in today. Pritchett had 93 yards, 93 carries, 517 yards rushing. He's averaging 103 a game. He's got 8 right now. 3rd and 8. Benedict looking for some room, can't find any. He'll pick up just a couple. Brings up a 4th and 6, maybe. And now that would be if you're looking, that would be a 22, 23, it'd be a 30, 40-yard field goal. And he has the leg for it. For Dante Torres looking to tie up at 6 on a 40-yard field goal. That has got the leg, and it's good. So, and I got to tell you, all right, now that the dance club has been turned down, I can get back on the air. 6-6 now. 8:56 to go in the third quarter. I've been seated out in the stands here tonight, sitting on a table 4 feet away from a large speaker, surrounded by fans. It is their stands, not mine, so I am not complaining, but still, that is the problem. Line drive here from Torres, picked up by the up back. That's Jalen Oliver, looking for some room. Bounces out to the outside. Gets it out to the 40. That's where Hagerstown will take it over. Now tied 6-6. $8:48 to go here in this third quarter. 6-6 now. Hagerstown will take over. First and 10 for the Tigers. Hicks. He slips. That's a fumble. Picked up by Centerville. Nico Wankerl. Big turnover there. Okay, so back at it. It's first and 10 now for the Bulldogs. 8:42 to go in the third quarter. Fumbled by Mason Hicks. Benedict looking for some room. Cuts on the inside. Picks up 5. Picked up 4, in fact. Second and 6.5, maybe 7. Second and 6. Benedict steps up in the pocket. Gets dragged down. That's a nice play there from Hagerstown. That is big number 55, Blake Levins. Got a big bear paw on Benedict. Wouldn't let go. It's another loss there for Benedict. He loses 5 or 6 there. Third and 11 now for the Bulldogs. Bennington shotgun, 7:20 to go. 4 wide receivers for the Bulldogs. Looking to throw. Gets flushed out of the pocket, rolling left. Finally brings it down. He's going to try to get as many as he can. He's going to get to about Get about 6 on that. Makes it a 4th and 5. Might see another Dante Torres here. It's a little farther out this time. It's a lot farther out this time. Be a 48-yard this time, out of his range, I suspect. 4th and maybe 6. I've got Dylan Bendick with 9 carries, -4 yards. Bendick looking to throw. Across the middle, that is a nice play there by Cameron Pertha to make the defensive play. No flag on the play. And Hagerstown takes over. So 7:02 to go here, and change of possession. Hagerstown will take over. First and 10 now. Gallier will keep it himself. Left side, get knocked out of bounds, picks up a couple. Hagerstown looking for a flag, won't get one. Picks up 3, maybe 2. Call it 2 for Gallier. Hagerstown dominating this game statistically, just not on the scoreboard. Second and 7. Maybe 8. Spin. It's Hicks. Right side. Breaks the tackle. Past the first down marker near midfield. Past the 45. Needed 8. Got about 12. .81 yards and 8 carries for Mason Hicks. First and 10. Pitch for Oliver. Bad pitch. He had to jump and get it. Now he's trying to make something out of nothing, and we got nothing. In fact, -5, nothing. Nice play there by Cody Witham. Coming in from the linebacker position to make that play. The pitch was bad. That broke the play. And we'll have a injured Bulldog. That is Cody Witham. Made that shoestring tackle. Might have got a heel in the chin. We'll see what's going on there. We'll take a quick break. Pay some bills. It's TEC Football and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. Hi, this is Troy Derankowski from Radio Troy Digital Sports. You know what, staying in shape isn't always the easiest thing to do. So to help assist me, I work out in just one place. That's Family Fitness. I can do everything from lifting, body pump, kick fit, body flow, kettlebell, Zumba, CrossFit, and more. So if you're looking for a great way to stay or get into shape, check out Family Fitness Works in Richmond. Give them a call at 935-9191 or go to their website, familyfitnessworks.com.
Banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank. A bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas at home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
So Cody Witham comes out as our perhaps a little more wobbly than normal, but comes off on his own power. 2nd and 15 now for the Tigers. He was holding his belly. Let's say he might have just got the air knocked out of him. If you've ever had that happen, it feels like you're dying. Mason Hicks up the middle, picks up that 5 again. Third and 10 now for the Tigers. 6:02 to the quarter. Gallier. Where Oliver finds Oliver, first down. They needed 10. He got 12. Nice play there by Jalen Oliver. They're going to toss Subway into the crowd now. Let's hope that doesn't knock over my equipment. I don't think she's got the arm for it. Gallier picks up 4. Second and 7. Gallier looking to throw. Finds Oliver. Makes one man miss. Down the sideline. Nice spin move there by Jalen Oliver. Picks up about 13 on the play. Guy will keep it. Picks up 4. Shotgun now for Gallier. Second and 7. He rolls. He's going to keep it. Passes the outside, being chased. He might get back to the original line of scrimmage. He was held up there very well, in fact. Jacob Craigmile from Centerville pushes him out wide. Finished off by Guy Redenauer. Third and 7. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Gallier looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Swim. Makes one man miss. Makes another. Into the corner. And Cody Swim takes it down inside the 5, and Hagerstown knocking on the door. See where they spot it. 20-yard play to Cody Swim. Gallier looking to throw. Throws it out of the back of the end zone. That is picked off. Picked off in the end zone by Hagerstown, or by Centerville. And Owen Gallier just threw that for grabs, and it was grabbed by the wrong team. So Centerville stands up again, and the dance club's back on. So Centerville takes over after the pick. And the way this game's going, next score might win. Bennett will make a few miss, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. All right, lost a bunch. Lost 4. Dylan Benedict, 10 carries, -8 yards. In fact, I have Centerville for 14 yards rushing here tonight. As though certainly wrong. We're under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Second and 15. 14, in fact. We're going to get a timeout. Timeout Centerville. We'll take one as well before the dance club starts. 6-6. On the Wesley-based Wealth Management scoreboard, 2:35 to go in the third quarter. It's TEC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investment, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
$2:35 to go here in the third quarter. 6-6 on the Wesley-based Wealth Management scoreboard. Second 14 now for the Bulldogs. This is option. Van Devender. He gets wrestled down. Picks up 4, back to the original line of scrimmage. Third and 9 now for the Bulldogs. 10 on the scoreboard, might be 9. Benedict again. Loses more yards there. Might have gotten back to the line. We'll see where they officially mark it. The man with the stick hasn't moved yet. To bring up fourth down, here comes Dante Torres. Actually loses a yard there. Minute 19 and counting here in the third quarter. This one's kicked away, end over end. Will land at the 45, take a nice hop for Jalen Oliver. Oliver, left side, gets pushed out of bounds. So Hagerstown now, 1st and 10. On the nice punt return by Jalen Oliver inside the 25-24. Hagerstown knocking on the door again. Gallier will just dive forward, picks up 2 or 3. $60 yards on 17 carries for Owen Gallier. Second and 8. Hands off to Hicks up the middle. gets taken down inside the 20 to the 18. Picks up 4. That'll be the last play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter coming, 6-6 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. It's TC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Drive in for the win and drive out with savings. It's a savings drive only at Wetzel Ford. Choose from our huge selection and drive away with a win. Right now, you can lease a 2017 Fusion S for only $249 a month for 36 months. Or lease a 2018 Flex for only $339 a month for 36 months. Or save over $4,500 and get 1.9% APR for 60 months on our huge selection of F-150 XLTs. Drive in for great savings during the Savings Drive at Wetzel Ford Richmond.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Back at Centerville High School, 12 minutes now to go in this one. It's the beginning of the fourth quarter. That's why it's 12 minutes. 6-6 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. The Richmond area Subway's postgame show upcoming. Enjoy your favorite daily sub, Richmond area Subways. 3 Richmond locations, 1 in Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Gallier keeps it himself. Enough for a first down. Pick up 7. Geyer's got 67 yards rushing. Hicks, 90. Gallier will throw this one. It's Oliver on the slant. He'll get right to the goal line. I think he's short. That might be 10 yards. They're going to probably have to mark that. We're going to see what's going on there. First down, so first and goal on the 1. For the Tigers. With 4 cracks to get it in here, and you got to feel like the way Centerville's offense is sputtered, this could be enough. Hicks up the middle, touchdown. Hagerstown touchdown. Mason Hicks with a 1-yard plunge. And of the kids to my left. They almost certainly go for 2 with a 12 on the board. Now they're going to try to kick the field goal. 3, I guess the field goal, the extra point does make it 7. And that one's good. It's extra point good this time for Hagerstown. 13-6 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. 11:22 to go in this one. Centerville's got to find some offense. Find out if they can. It's TEC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Drive in for the win and drive out with savings. It's a savings drive only at Wetzel Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Choose from our huge selection and drive away with a win. Right now, you can save up to $7,000 on every Cherokee in stock. Or lease a new Jeep Compass Latitude from only $218 a month for 24 months. Or how about saving over $5,000 on most Pacifica and Grand Caravan models in stock? Drive in for savings during the savings drive at Wetzel Chrysler Richmond.
Back at Centerville. 11:22 to go in this one. It's 13-6 Hagerstown. And a 1-yard touchdown plunge from Mason Hicks. Lincoln leads Union City 20-14. All right, kickoff here, and we already know what's going to happen here. It's going to go about 11 yards. This one's longer. Line drive. Fumbled by Centerville. Picks it up. And that fumble is picked up by Jalen Oliver. And that is a change in, that's not even a change in, that's additional momentum for Hagerstown, who now are on the 20 of Centerville. First and 10 for Hagerstown. Swim in motion. Scotty's going to keep it. Makes one man miss. Picks up 4. 71 yards on 19 carries by my strong statistics. .10:49 and counting. And Hagerstown not in any hurry here, but another score here based on the offense from Centerville might be enough. Might be enough already. This one pitched out to Jalen Oliver, who slips and falls down. Loses about 5 or 6. Brings up a third and about 13. Gallier. Screen pass. Finds Hicks. Well read by the Centerville Bulldogs. Flag is in the play. He's going to lose about 3 on the pass. We'll see what the flag is.
Yeah. 9.
They're going to wave it off. So no flag officially. That's going to be a 4th and about 15. It's worth mentioning Hagerstown's been inside the red zone twice through a pick and 1 and turned it over on downs inside the 20 before. So this could have been a lot worse for sure. Gallier in shotgun. Looking to throw. Has a man deep. It's Mason Hicks. Touchdown. Hagerstown on a 4th and 15. And Mason Hicks was wide open. $19-6 now Tigers. On a 4th and 15. 4th and 16 officially on the scoreboard. And that extra point is good. So 20-6, Hagerstown leads this one. A couple of touchdowns here in the 4th quarter. And Centerville's on their heels. Wealth Management scoreboard, 9:23 to go in this one, and now 2 touchdowns Centerville needs. And we told you the biggest difference pregame, statistically between the two teams was the passing game, and I said it might just make the difference, and that one right there might have just made the difference. That play right there is not in Centerville's bag. They do not have that play where they can convert a 4th and 15 through the air. Hagerstown can. And they did right there. So the hands team in for Centerville because every situation for Hagerstown is an onside kick. Although I will give credit for Hagerstown continuing the TEC tradition of having the largest kickers in the game. I want to say Lincoln had one last year or the year before that was 275. Hagerstown puts big number 50 in the middle of that. That is a TEC tradition. This one, dribble. The T went farther than the ball. That is worth mentioning. Recovered by Centerville. So Centerville's have good field position. And they've not gotten much. They've had great field position all game long because of those kickoffs. And they haven't gotten much done offensively. And if they're going to win this game, they're going to start doing it right now. Wishbone for Centerville. And Pritchett hasn't done anything. He's picked up a couple. Here, Pritchett. That might have been here, and Dan might be able to help me out with that. That might be his longest run of the game right there, 4. Again, for 6 carries, 12 yards. He's averaging 103 a game. Picked up 4 there. This is Pritchard again. That's the Chris Pritchard we've seen. Here he picked up another 5. And if they're going to get back in this game, they're going to need a little bit of him. Reese Van Devender, 12 carries. They're averaging about 200 yards a game, roughly. .183, in fact. This is Benedict on the second man through. It's Van Devender. He'll pick up the first down and more. Needed 1. Got about 8 or 9. I have a whole lot of co-hosts here. As again, I'm in the stands tonight, so every person around me who says something makes it on air. So my apologies for that. This is Van Devender. Picks up 6. .740 to go in this one. Centerville threatening to make this interesting. Inside the 30 on the 21. Sorry, 26. Benedict. 14 on the play clock. Van Devender, right at the first down marker, will pick up 4. Needed 4. If I know anything about the TEC, that'll be a first down. They're going to call that short. So I guess I don't. So picks up 3. We're going to get an official's timeout. And they're going to bring out a measure, a rare TEC measurement. A unicorn. We'll see what the measurement is. That is close. They're still looking at it. They're going to call it third down. It is not first down, and it can't be by much. Third and a whisker here for the Bulldogs. 7 minutes even to go in this one. And that might have been, that's going to be a first down for a while. They need an inch, and they got 10. That's the longest quarterback sneak I've ever seen in my life. It's on the 20, up at the 12. He picked up 11 on a quarterback sneak. That wasn't a quarterback sneak. That was just a quarterback run. And the pile just moved. First and 10 on the 12. And that one didn't go anywhere, as that was supposed to be Chris Pritchett, who loses 2 or 3. Make it 4. 8 carries, 14 yards. Approaching 6 minutes to go. 2nd and 14. Call it 13. To the up back. Nothing going on there. That's Rednauer. Guy Rednauer taking over for Cody Witham, who's almost certainly, he's got his helmet on, but make it a third. Nothing for Guy Rednauer. Third and 13. Bennett looking to throw. Across the middle. Overthrows his intended target. Nico Wankerl was the intended target. Fourth now and 13 for the Bulldogs. Fourth and 13 for the Bulldogs. You got to feel like this is the game for Centerville. Shotgun for Benedict. Looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Got to keep throwing. He's going to get caught from behind. Keeps running. He needed 13. Did a nice job of getting about 6. They'll turn it over on downs. So good run by Dylan Benedict, just not enough. Picked up about 6, needed 12. And Hagerstown over with 5:18 to go, and the clock's still running, unbelievably. Now they've stopped it. I'm not opposed to that. I suspect anybody wearing gold and purple at home might be watching is not opposed to that. And my hands are a little chilly, so I'm not opposed to that. So 1st and 10 for Hagerstown. I think we're going to see a lot of Mason Hicks here. Lots of Mason Hicks, lots of Owen Gollier. Gollier. That's almost going to fall into the hands of Mason Hicks, who's still running. Flag on the play. Holding on Hagerstown. That'll be half the distance of the goal. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. They go all the way out to the 5. So Hagerstown will be first in about 14 from the 5. Clock now running. Approaching 5 minutes. Centerville's got 2 timeouts left. Gallia will keep this one and try to move himself up the field. Might pick up a yard. Clock running now under 5 minutes. Second and about 12. Gain 2 on that. To Hicks. He'll pick up. He tripped and fell. We'll see what that. We got a flag on the play. False start Hagerstown as they are trying very desperately to keep Centerville in this. Half the distance of the goal. Declined, I would suspect, so it's 3rd and 10 from about the 10. This one's handed off to Hicks. A little misdirection, and he might have gotten a yard. I'll bring up a 4th and a bunch, but Hagerstown does its job, which is run clock. They took about 2 minutes off the clock by the time this punt happens. This one from his own end zone. Good spiraling punt. We fielded at the 45 by Dickinson. He'll get caught from behind. I'm sorry, Peyton Van Winkle. So good field position for Centerville. They've had it all game. They just haven't been able to turn it into points. Field goals from Dante Torres. They're on the 36. They need touchdowns, though, and they've got 3:03 to do it in. First and 10 now for the Bulldogs. That is Dylan Benedict. Picked up 7. Hagerstown 256 away from a guaranteed share of the title. Centerville would need then Hagerstown to lose next week and then to win to share it. Van Devender got near the first down. .243 and counting.
I see the book here from here.
We'll have a officials timeout here, and they're not sure what the stoppage is about. They're going to come out and measure. So if one measurement's a rarity, what's 2? Who knows? So it's short. Be a 3rd and 1 now for Centerville, and this is certainly multi-down territory. They have 2 timeouts. That's not even a yard. That's a foot. Length of the football, maybe. Last time they had this situation, sneak for 11 yards. They're going to do the same thing. Needed foot, got a couple of yards. Benedict with a couple of yards there. They get the first down, but more detrimental to them. They got to wait for these sticks to move, but the clock will run. 2:28 to go. They're down 2 touchdowns, 20-6. Hagerstown leads this one. 2 touchdowns this quarter for the Tigers. Shotgun for Benedict. Flag here. A false start offsides. We'll see what they do. It ends up being a sack on Dylan Benedict. False start, Centerville, which I always understood was a dead ball foul that immediately kills the play. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Offsides, they play the play out. False start, they kill it. Declined, so apparently they played the play out. That's a rule I was not aware of. It brings up a second wave for Centerville. They're going the wrong direction. Second, and they have 15 on the scoreboard. That's not anywhere near close. It's almost 20. They're coming after Benedict. He tries to make some people miss, just throws it up for grabs into the end zone. He's got a man, and it's the wrong jersey. It's an interception. Jalen Oliver. Check that. Grant Vinson with the pick, and that's got to be the final nail. Minute 49 to go there. And Dylan Benedict just throws it up for grabs. Intercepted by Grant Vinson in the end zone. So after the 20 comes Hagerstown with a 2-score lead and a minute 49 to go. So lots and lots of running plays here for Hagerstown, I suspect. Centerville still with a couple of timeouts. They'll probably use them. So a first down here would certainly end it, if it's not already ended. Fans heading for the exits. Couple of yards there for Mason Hicks. Timeout Centerville. We'll take one as well. 20-6, Hagerstown. Minute 37 to go on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Minute 37 to go on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. 20-6, Hagerstown leads it. They've got the ball. Centerville down to their last timeout. Second and 8 for the Tigers. Mason Hicks looking for room. Passes out. He's got room. Gets a good block, gets to the sideline, wants to stay in bounds. He goes out of bounds inexplicably. We'll get a flag there as Owen Gallier got pinched for an illegal block, it looks like. So they'll move it back, but they successfully took some time off the clock. And Hagerstown just really trying to keep Centerville in this. It's like they're in it for ratings. Final score, thanks to my man Billy Shook, final score, Union County beats Northeastern. And the Revenge Tour 2017 for Northeastern continues. Centerville got them last week. Union County gets them this week. Union County, that's amazing. They lose to Lincoln last week. They'd still be within shouting distance of the conference title here if they just take care of business there. Joel Hoffman's done a great job there this year. Gallier going to stay in bounds this time, 2nd and 8. Keeps the clock running, minute 20. And final timeout for Centerville. They're out with 1:18 to go. Thanks to my man. Actually, the original is UC Press Box. Bill Shook helps me out there with the retweet. Appreciate that. Yeah, has just done a fantastic job. Of course, Joel, it was my assistant when I was the basketball coach at Seton Catholic. So I'm certainly rooting for Union County. He was a Union County guy himself, played at Ball State, so couldn't pick a better guy to change that culture there at Union County. And you hear in the background being mocked by 11-year-olds as they walk by. That one kid repeated everything I said for about the last 5 minutes. I think those kids got more airtime than I did tonight. Yeah. By the way, if you know any 11-year-olds, it's not difficult to get mocked by an 11-year-old. They do it all the time. That's why I teach high school, not middle school. 3rd and a bunch here for Hagerstown. They're going to keep it on the ground with Gallier. He'll scamper forward, pick up a good 6, maybe 7. No timeouts now for Centerville, and they're just at the mercy of the clock. They'll run another 35 seconds off this thing, and Centerville's going to get it back probably with about 30 seconds to go and need 2 scores. So one of 2 things is going to happen. This is going to be a TC for Hagerstown or the miracle finish for Centerville. Fan in front of me hosts for the latter. I'm guessing the former, but she's hoping for the latter. So go ahead. I'm a math teacher. I'm going to play the percentages on this one. Punting unit out for Hagerstown with 33 seconds. Good spiraling punt there. And that is fumbled by Centerville, so that probably ends the miracle. We'll see. That's going to be Centerville's ball, but now they have 26 seconds and they need 2 scores. It appears that Hagerstown is going to win themselves a conference championship. When was the last time Hagerstown had a conference championship? Asking my man Dan here. So that's 4 years, 5 years? 2012, we think, is the last. 2013, well, you got to figure they're 4 in a row from Northeastern, and there's probably some shared ones in there as well. I think actually they shared the last one, if I remember correctly. Northeastern got beat, came down to 1 loss. That's right, the forfeit. So Benedict with 26 seconds looking for some help here. Finds Peyton Van Winkle. Picks up 5 yards. Clock's ticking. 17 seconds, 16. Hagerstown will go to 6-1. Centerville will drop to 5-2. Last play of the game here, and they spiked it with 3 seconds to go. So unless they're going to bring in Bugs Bunny, who's going to do that. 2012. There we go. Just look on the count. 2012 last conference championship for Hagerstown. Put 2017 up there. They're going to hang a banner here pretty soon. Final play of the game. Benedict finds his man. Peyton Van Winkle. He's still going. So unless he's going to score 2 touchdowns, that'll do it. Final score, 20-6. Hagerstown wins it. Congratulations to the Tigers, the 2017, at least a share of the TEC championship. We'll come back after this break to give you scores, final stats, sure to be wrong, and more. It's TEC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports. It's the Subway postgame show after this break.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Final score here from Centerville. The Tigers win it and the TEC championship 20-6. They'll clinch a share of the title next week. To check out any type of scenarios, Hagerstown will go to Lincoln and Centerville will host Winchester. So the only way Centerville gets back into this is they got to beat Winchester and hope Lincoln pulls off what would have to be the biggest upset of the year by being Union City. I was wrong on that one, Union City. There's 2 games left in the conference. I don't know why I keep saying there's 1. There's 2. So still some time left, but Hagerstown almost certainly clinching here something. Centerville will go to Union County, so I was incorrect on that one. I don't know why I thought that was the case. But it's the de facto championship. Hagerstown still has Union City and Lincoln, which are 2 of the 3 worst teams in terms of schedule here. Let's see. I had Owen Gallier for 143 yards through the air, 73 yards on the ground. Mason Hicks, 94 yards on the ground, 31 yards in the air. A couple touchdowns for both. Jalen Oliver with -1 on 3 carries. He had 5 catches for 70 yards. Cody Swim with a couple of catches for 35. For Centerville, it's the ugly truth here for Centerville. Dylan Benedict completed a couple passes late, but didn't do much offensively through the air, and they haven't done it most of the year. That's just not what they do. Benedict, he had 17 yards on 15 carries. Pritchett, 14 yards on 8 carries. Van Devender was their leading rusher, 28 yards on 7 carries, as the Hagerstown defense was probably the MVP of tonight's game, with all intents and purposes. So that'll do it for me. It is a little chilly. I've been outdoors the entire time, so I'm going to make this the shortest post-game show in history. Thanks to Dan for being my partner tonight and watching the equipment and being a good sport here, as we are surrounded by speakers and fans and 11-year-olds and all kinds of good stuff. So next week we will be – actually, I'm not sure where we'll be. We'll find out later on. So thanks for all for listening. It's TEC Football on Radio Troy Digital Sports.